Well, hello. I decided to go ahead and share with you some exercises and some movements that will help with hip mobility. The first thing we're going to start with is opening up the ankle, getting more flexion in the ankle. So we're going to start with going over to the wall or door, placing our hand on the floor against the wall, and basically using it as a measure. I'm going to place my foot at the end of my hand and then go into staggered stance. From here, keeping the heel down of that front leg and bringing it as close to the wall as possible until I get the mobility to actually touch the wall. Now, it sometimes takes time, especially if it's a tight ankle that's recovering, but you'll notice that after a while, if you do it about 10 times on each side, you'll find that you'll get closer and closer. Just remember to try to keep that heel. This is about really getting the stretch in there and not about forcing, okay? So that is your first exercise. Your second one is grabbing a flex band. And you could do this without a flex band as well. I'm placing one foot behind the other, close to the heel. So I'm in alignment of the heel, so staggered stance. It looks like this from the side, okay? And then I'm going to balance on my left leg, and on my right, I'm going to extend out. Now notice this isn't exactly sideways. It's a little bit to the back, so that I'm really isolating the side of the glute right here. That helps with the extension and movement of the hip. Moving a couple of different directions so you can see. It's a little bit tough to get depth perception here with the camera. All right, so that is your second exercise. Now, for your third, you've probably done this in martial arts classes or jiu-jitsu or what have you. You want to go into tabletop position, and then what you're going to do is take your hip and you're going to move that leg. Move my arm so you can see better. All right, and we're gonna just do circles using the glute and not so much the hip joint, using the glute to actually move here. Now, if you're starting to pop in your hip and such like that while you're doing this, shorten your range. You don't want that continual popping. So you wanna shorten your range, make it a smaller move here. We're not looking to open up really wide like this. We're really looking to get the glute moving that hip. Once you get stronger, yeah, then you can really move it, but try to do it without moving the hips and opening up the getting too much movement in that lumbar spine. We want it to be pretty solid in that lumbar spine. So once you do one direction 10 times, go the other direction 10 times. It's a great warm up on those glutes. All right, your next is actually stretching, and it is called Happy Baby. And you're probably familiar with this one, and I'm going to turn around so my bottom is not in your face. Happy Baby, lying on your back, grabbing onto the balls of your feet, like so, keeping those knees bent, and staying there and feeling that stretch. After about 30 seconds or so, then you want to kind of rock your baby and find that really tight spot. And once you feel that tight spot, stay there, okay? And release. And then you want to shift to the other side and find that tight spot. And allow that release. Close to 30 seconds there. All right, and then your last exercise, we're gonna use a tool. Now you can use a broomstick, or you can use just a bar of some kind, a long bar. So I'm going to grab a bar. And this is just a curtain rod. This is just a curtain rod, and we're gonna use this here. Laying on my back, I'm going to take this curtain rod and I'm going to take it on the outside of my leg like this, okay? And then I'm going to wrap my foot around. You see that? And now I'm going to take the rod and I'm going to move it in towards midline and rotating my hip. So my knee is going midline as well. And just holding it there. And then I'll go the other direction. So I get mobility going at internal and external rotation in that hip. And you could do that, I would suggest about 3 times both directions. And that is some of the things that I've been doing lately for my hips. And yeah, I hope it helps you. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.